Hello, I'm Lauren Lewis with Power for Parkinsons, and welcome back to another Young Onset Circuit Training class. I have my friend Chris Lyon here with me.
Hey everybody, I'm Christopher Lyon. I was diagnosed with Parkinson's in 2018, coming up on 4 years now. So if I can do it, you can do it.
All right, let's get going. So for those of you that are new, let me explain that this is a 6-exercise circuit class. We do 6 different exercises. At the end of all 6, you will have a full body workout. Each exercise is a complex exercise, meaning we use multiple muscle groups, and each exercise is has a specific focus on a Parkinson's symptom, a common Parkinson's symptom. So we'll be going over all that as we go through each round. Each exercise is done for 1 minute with a little rest in between as we describe and go into our next exercise. You will need a ball. You will need some weights, and you will need a chair for today's exercise class. So while you're warming up, please get your equipment. We're going to put on some music and warm up together. You're welcome to join us, or you can run around your house, go up and down the steps, do whatever it is for about 3 minutes or 4 minutes to get yourself warmed up. Are you ready, Chris?
Let's get started.
All right, let's go. We're going to start off with a march. As soon as our music gets going. All right, here we go. Just march it out. I'm going to march, so I'm going to keep it nice and low for me. But Chris is going right out of the gate. He's lifting up those knees nice and high, marching it out, lifting it out, high knees. Want to get the heart rate going. You don't want to just jump into exercise. You want to slowly increase that heart rate. Let's do 10 more seconds. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, let's do some jacks. Chris is going to do high jacks. I'm going to do modified jacks. Here it is. Side tap on each side. Side right, side left. Nice and modified. Easy does it. Still getting my heart rate up by lifting my arms overhead. Chris is going toe heel, getting those feet on the ground, getting those arms overhead. He's pumping it up. Let's do 10 more. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Now we're going to do some up downs. Chris is going to go right to the floor. I'm going to use my chair to modify up downs. Here we go. And go. Down, out, out. Modified is here. Up, down, 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 and lift. Chris is hitting the floor and standing back up. Let's do 10. My 10. 8. Almost done, Chris?
Yep.
I got one more.
You too.
All right. Take it back to a march or a jog. Bring those arms nice and easy overhead. Let's take it down a little because we're about to cool off. All right, good. Arms overhead. And slow it down. Bring it down a little lower. A little lower. All right, walk it off. Get your heart rate down before we begin. As I stated in the beginning, 6 exercises, each done for a minute, each using complex large muscle groups. Our first exercise is a plank, cross hand tap with a bird dog. Great way to start it. It's a full body exercise. We're both going to get down on the floor. Chris is going to get down into a high plank. Hands on the ground, feet, toes on the other side. Full plank right here. I'm going to get down on my knees and do a diagonal, a plank right here. So my body is still in a long diagonal, just like his is in a long diagonal. Cross tap meaning move those hands crossing over your other hand, tapping on the floor, and then here's the bird dog. Right arm, left leg, hold that position, try to find your balance, stabilizing, and then switch. And once you've done one on each side, you go back to your taps and then back to your bird dog. Okay, we're going to do that for a minute. We're going to put our music on, our timer on. Chris is going to get into his full plank, and here we go. So again, we're just tapping each side and then bird dog. Slow it down. that bird dog is a balanced position. That's really why we're doing it. Working on balance, working on core. Stabilizing, we're working on hip stabilization. So watch right here as he holds that hip in place. There it is. It's hard. Yeah, nice. And then switch. Okay, how we doing? We've still got about halfway through, so good for us. Crossing over, puts all your weight on one side and then the other, so we're strengthening our shoulder. And then, of course, that bird dog is all core. I didn't say it was easy, did I, Chris?
No. Hey, so what did I sign up for here?
All right, that's our first exercise. We're going to come back up on standing up, one leg in front of the other, pushing down to help get yourself off the floor. The next exercise, we're going to grab our weights. We're going to do a squat to knee with a single arm press. What I mean by that is grab your weights. I'm going to use the chair to modify my squat and to make sure that my squat positioning is right. A squat is an invisible chair. So when Chris is going to do this, he's not going to have a chair behind him. He's going to sit down as if he were in a chair, sitting all the way back. There you go. Woohoo! So his knees don't go in front of the toes. They're sitting back in an invisible chair. Then we're going to go into that knee using the opposite arm. So squat, sit down, opposite knee, opposite leg. And I'm going to be doing it right here on an angle so you can see what I'm doing. Legs are in front. I'm in a squat. Squat, knee, and press. Squat, knee, and press. And my friend Chris here is without the chair. Make sure you're sitting nice and far back. Here we go. This is a glute exercise. This is a shoulder exercise. Our music's on, our timer's on, and go. Think about lifting that knee in front of you. Think about pressing overhead. Think about straightening that arm. Reaching up, finding your balance. This is also a core exercise because we're using a lot of balance here on one leg. Stay at your own pace. You'll see we're not necessarily always working at the same pace. Chest high, use those arms. We only have 10 seconds to go. You're doing great. Make sure you're sitting back on those squats. All right, second exercise. Great. Now we're going to need your chair for the next exercise. So pull over a chair. I'm going to move mine over here so you can see me better. This is a leg extension. I'm not going to use my weights for this. Oh yeah, no, sorry, you do need your weights because we're going to add a tricep extension. A leg extension, you're sitting nice and far back in your chair. You're going to extend those legs and hold it here for the entire minute. While you're holding those feet here, you're going to point and flex. Chris is going to put a weight between one foot. So now he's going to hold those legs up for the minute, squeezing his knees, holding it right there, strengthening those legs while we're working on flexing. This is a calf exercise, pointing and flexing. Triceps. Triceps go behind your head, elbows face in front, chest is tall. You reach to the ceiling, way up, not in front of you, way up, and then touch the back of your shoulders or the back of your head. I'm going to move forward so I'm not going to hit the wall. Okay, let's put on our timer and work on our third exercise, seated leg extensions with the tricep extension. So elbows forward, here we go. Reach, and each time you reach, point those toes. Each time you drop, pull your heels forward. You're going to feel a nice workout in those calves. If this is difficult for you to lift those legs for that long, bring them directly in front of you and continue to work with your heels on the floor. How we doing, Chris?
I forgot my leg extension there, my foot extension there.
Good. Good, and you want to make sure you're sitting nice and tall. You'll see we've got a 90-degree angle right here. That's the big secret. That's exactly what you need in exercise. You want to make sure you've got that 90-degree angle. And yeah, that weight's gonna fall from your feet, isn't it?
Yep.
And that's okay. Pick it up and continue on because you still have a few more seconds to enjoy this. And time. So that's our, what is that, our third exercise. How are we doing so far?
That's great.
Okay, good. Next exercise we have is a core exercise. We're gonna get on the ground. We're gonna do roll up with a rotation. I'm gonna stay flat on the floor. Chris is gonna do a full roll up, meaning he's gonna lay down on the ground. Knees are bent to be good to your lower back. And he's gonna roll up and reach toward his opposite knee, rotation, rotating, so left elbow to right knee, and then down, keeping those knees bent the whole time, even on the down, and pull your belly button. This is coming from your belly button. I'm gonna do a modified version. I still wanna rotate, so I'm gonna ask you to lift one knee, rotate toward that knee, come down, lift the other knee, rotate down. So this is a nice modification of the full roll up. Let's try that for a minute. Pulling in from your belly button. That's where we want to initiate this exercise.
Okay, let's do it.
Here we go, 1 minute on the clock. Belly button is pulling hard. Big rotation on the top. These kind of creep up on you. Feels pretty easy the first 30 seconds. Make sure you're really engaging this area, so you're always pushing. Try not to pull out on your belly. Try to push down using your belly button. Pull nice and low, nice and low. Good, keep those knees bent. We've got about 10 seconds to go. I think we're doing great.
Starting to feel it now.
Good, and time. Just in the nick of time, right?
Yep.
All right. Good, we're gonna roll up. Actually, we're not gonna roll up. Surprise! We're gonna pull this mat over and we're both gonna share this mat now. We're gonna do some kneeling get-ups. Chris is gonna do a full kneeling get-up, which means that he's gonna be on both knees. And as the name says, we're gonna get up. So we're gonna lift one knee at a time. I'm gonna do a half kneeling. I'm gonna start in a kneeling position. I can use my hands or not, pushing down to help me get up, come up to a full standing position, then I come down on that other knee, alternating knees. Then I come up, that's the modified. Chris is going full out. They're often called prisoner get-ups, and then you can alternate. Now use your other knee to come up. So you wanna keep switching from right to left. There it is. All right. Chris is making this look easy. This is tough stuff. So you may want to continue to alternate. Sometimes use both knees, sometimes go half kneeling. Your choice. You've got a minute to play with this. Let's play with this and see how it feels. We're going to put our music on. We've got 1 minute on the clock, and here we go. There is no cheating. You can use your hands or not. There is no cheating in exercise. If you're doing it, it's perfect. Okay, here we go. 1 minute on the clock. And you just want to alternate. I'm on the floor, unweighting, pushing on that other leg, unweight. Make sure you're on the floor, and then stand up. Go at your pace. Try not to rush through this. Oh, I'm getting fancy here. Try to do it without any hands if you want to. Make sure that your chest stays tall. You don't want to bend over. You want to make sure you're using your legs and your belly pulling tight. All right, this is going really fast, right, Chris? 10 seconds to go. All right. Good job. Okay.
I always think about when I'm trying to alternate is I always start the next set on the foot that you ended the last one on. So if you finish bringing that foot around, then to start the next set, then bring the same foot back in front. And that way you're sure that you're alternating.
Great tip. Yes. All right. Last exercise is all about speed. We're going to dribble, and I mean with the ball. I don't mean. So grab your ball. You're going to put 1 minute on the clock. There is no form to this. You're going to, well, actually, I take that back. There is some form to this. I want you to dribble standing, not down here. Not down here. Dribble as fast as you can standing. You can change your hands. You can stay on one hand. You can try to do it, 10 on each side. You're going to lose the ball, and that's okay. And just chase the ball. That's part of your cardio. Chase the ball. All right, let's put our minute on. Let's get that heart rate up, though, okay? This is all about speed. This is cardio. Go. Standing tall, standing tall. Faster. Faster. Come on, come on, come on. Faster. Push yourself, push yourself. Push, 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 push. Woo! Hand-eye coordination, right? And speed. Woo! All right. I always feel like this minute is much longer than the other minutes. All right, we still have 15 seconds. Keep it going, keep it going, keep it going. All right. Round one.
Yes.
All right, now we're ready for round two. Round two are all the same exercises, as I said, but this time, now that you know how to do the exercises, I want you to focus more on the benefit for Parkinson's disease. You may not have any of these symptoms or all of the symptoms or some of the symptoms, but we still know, studies have shown that there's still good practice to make sure that we're maintaining a lot of these movements that are often lost. So we're going to start off with that plank, cross, hand tap, and the bird dog. The bird dog is going to be working on contralateral, which means working on opposites, balance. Many people do lose that walk contralateral, that using opposites when they walk. That affects balance and it makes people lose walking, which is why people lose their balance when they're walking. So the bird dog is a nice safe, you're nice and close to the floor. You can't hurt yourself too bad, but it's a great way of working on balance. And the crossing tap, we're crossing the midline, which means we're using the brain more fully. And because Parkinson's is a neurological disease, we want to make sure that the brain is always being used as much as possible. So we're going to put on our time, think about all the form that we talked about before, but also really stress that, hold that bird dog, cross that midline as much as you can, exaggerate the Parkinson's benefit. Here we go, 1 minute on the clock. Follow me for modifications, and Chris is guided over there for going full out. Now, during that bird dog, I like to count even to 2 to hold it. So I'm really finding that balance. And I think in a high plank like Chris's, it's a little, that's great. That's awesome. But if you find you're strong enough to do a high plank, but your balance is off, widen your legs a little. That will give you just a little more security, and you'll be a little more successful. Still working exactly where you want to be working, on balance. And don't kid yourself, on all fours it's still pretty hard. All right, that's our first exercise. Our next exercise, we're standing back up. We're gonna go to those squats. Come on up. I'm going to use the chair for mine again. Grab the weights. We're doing 1-arm press. Now, a squat is a great exercise. It strengthens your legs for walking and for balance. That's great. We threw that in for strength, but we really threw it in for the knee, that alternating knee. So I'm going to start seated. He's going to start standing and go into your squat. I'm going to stand, and that contralateral knee lift is really what we're working on. Again, working on balance using opposites. That's the Parkinson's benefit. Our 1 minute is on. Think about sitting back into those squats, but think about also lifting those opposites. Keep that knee in front and really strengthen. Here we go. Halfway through, Chris. How we doing?
Feels great.
Good. That's the attitude. Push down on your heels on the squat. Come on up to a full extension. Lift your leg. Working quads also, I guess. Last 10 seconds. All right. We're going to put the, actually we need our weights for the next exercise. This is the leg extension. Okay, so we're back to our leg extensions. This is a great leg strengthening exercise. It's obviously holding it, its endurance, but what the Parkinson's benefit is the flexing of the ankle, and people don't realize how important that is, and that's one of the reasons people shuffle or start to fall, is you're not lifting, you're not flexing, not using your calves. You lose strength in your calves and you're not lifting your toes and heels. So this is not just, it's a leg strengthening exercise and a reminder to really point and flex when you're walking. The triceps are because we want to strengthen the triceps. No benefit particularly for Parkinson's, but it's the legs that has the benefit in this. So we're going to throw these in because I like strong triceps. We're going to get those legs fully extended, and now that you know what we're doing and why, let's see if we can't really focus on that. Timer on, music on, and here we go. Make sure those elbows, when you're working on the triceps, make sure those elbows are directly in front of you. Don't let them fly out to the side. Try to keep your chin nice and tall. Now, point and flex. But when I say flex, I mean push those toes towards you, pushing your heels forward. Sounds a lot easier than it is, especially when you still have 37 seconds to go. If your legs get too tired, you can put them down and continue on from the floor, pointing and flexing as you work your triceps. Still working calves, still triggering those muscles. Sitting nice and tall. We only have a few seconds to go, just about done. And time. All right. Now we can put our weights down because we're going to go to the roll-ups. Put my weight here. Roll-ups, once again, this is strictly a core exercise. We throw in the roll-ups for core. Because we want to strengthen your core. And the rotation is all about flexibility. We're adding, many people do become rigid, upper body becomes rigid. So we want to work on that more fluid motion. Come up and really rotate. We're also, again, working on opposites. So that's why the modification is still nice and fluid, bringing it up, swinging my shoulders around so I'm not real rigid. And Chris is coming all the way up and swinging over to the side. It's not just touching, yeah. So we're really working on that big rotation. And you alternate. So let's get, and he's going to the opposite. So let's put on our music. We've got a minute on the clock. We've got lots of time to really work on that core. Here we go. Stay at your pace. Try not to rush through these. Make sure your knees are bent. Be good to your lower back. Push your belly button in. Initiate this from your belly button. You're doing great. We have 15 seconds to go. You're doing great. Stay with it. I know a minute can feel like a long time. 2 and 1. All right, we're going to roll up. Nice job. Come up. Make sure your one leg is in front. Pushing down. That's right. Pushing down and come on up. Oh, wait. Guess what? Kneeling get-ups are next.
All right.
All right, so the kneeling, once again, on half kneeling, one leg is in front. Chris is going to be totally kneeling on 2 knees. This is thrown in. First of all, it's a great full lower body exercise. It works your quads, it works your glutes. The alternating legs is cognitive. You're working your brain, reminding yourself, as you said, it's hard to remember which side, so we're working our brain as well. That's important for Parkinson's. But also, as you age, and I don't care whether it's Parkinson's or whatever it is, as you age, getting off the floor very often becomes a problem. So this reminds you how to do it, and that's done by putting one leg at 90, hands on your thigh, or no hands because he's strengthening his legs that way, but coming up that way. It's very, very difficult and very dangerous to come up from the floor like this. It will raise your blood pressure, it can make you dizzy. It's not safe. Best to learn how to do this now so that you'll have it later on. So come on down, join me. We're going to put our timer on and our music. And these are called prisoner. He's doing a prisoner get up, and he's going to feel like a prisoner in about 30 seconds. So here we go. And try to keep your chest and shoulders nice and tall. Once again, I don't want you to feel like you're cheating if you're touching your knee. That's not cheating. That's practicing and working safely. Try to unweight, come all the way down. Don't let that front leg do all the work. Whoops. All right, we only have 5 seconds to go. I know you can do it. And done. All right, last exercise, my favorite, is the dribbling. We're going to dribble for a minute. We're going to try to keep that ball in our little space here. Dribble as fast as we can. The Parkinson's benefit of dribbling is really interesting. It's hand-eye, but it's also forced activity. And there's all kinds of studies. You keep reading more and more about it. It's using treadmills, using bicycles, forcing yourself to move faster. In fact, trains, and is very functional, trains your body to move faster in general. And you don't have to just use your legs to move faster to teach yourself to move faster. You can actually, dribbling, that stimulates all those sensors in the brain, can actually make your legs move faster. So that's what we're going to do for a minute. Here we go. 1 minute, timer on, and go. Nice and fast, nice and fast, nice and fast. Switch hands if you want to. Woo! As fast as you can. Keep going, keep going. Faster, faster, faster. Come on. Out there, I know you can do this. Try to stand tall. Stay with it, stay with it. Hand-eye is tough. And fast, forcing yourself to move fast is difficult. No one's watching you. You're all watching us. That's not fair. Woo! Oh, done. Just in time. All right, now get your heart rate down. You never want to just stop. You want to move around, get your heart rate down. One of the best ways to get your heart rate down is to take one deep breath in and a slow, 4-count slow out. So it's walk it off, get your heart rate down. We're going to do this round of 6 exercises one more time.
We get to do it one more time.
You do get to do it one more time because we want to.
Yes.
And more importantly, we can.
Yes.
All right, because you know, you're not going to be able to do this all your life. I'm not going to be able to do this all our life. I'm barely able to do it now.
Yes.
So I'm doing the best I can. I'm working as hard as I can. I'm trying, and I'm having a ball.
Yes.
So that's all that's important.
Enjoy it.
That's right. All right, so here's the fun part. We're going to do all the same exercises, keeping our form in mind, keeping our Parkinson's benefit in mind. So we're really forcing those muscles and to work properly. Then I'm going to give you something to think about, a cognitive to think about, something, a topic or something to think about while you're doing it. What I mean by that is, let's take our mat out on the ground. We're going to start with our plank, cross taps, and bird dogs. Okay? But the topic on this particular one is cars. I want you to think of either models or makes or, I don't know, just cars in general. I don't mean color cards. I mean, don't say a blue car, yellow car, green car. I'm talking about makes and models of cars. So you can do it every time you touch your hands down. You can just do it in succession. You can do it only when you're doing a bird dog. I don't care when you do it, but you're going to do it for the whole minute. We're going to be quiet to let you think. We're going to put our timer on, our music on. Here we go. Cars. Ten seconds. We're doing great. And time. All right. Come on up. How'd we do? Were you able to fill the minute?
Yeah.
I wasn't.
Continent by continent.
Oh, that was smart. Good. All right. So our next exercise is the squat to knee with alternating arms. This one I may do a lot better with. Hopefully you will too. The next one is the cognitive is stadium food. Foods that you get at a stadium. All right, here's your chance to show how how bad you are in eating stadium food. So you're going to squat. We're going to do the squats.
Squats, yeah.
Yep, and the leg lifts. Squat, knee with a press, and remember, stadium food, okay? I'll start you off. Hot dog.
Cracker Jack.
Oh, no. Oh, that's a good one. All right, here we go. Try to lift nice and tall. Don't let your form fail just because you're thinking of food. All right, we're halfway through. I think I can fill up the next 30 seconds. I'm getting tired. How about you? All right, stadium food. That was fun. It got me hungry too. Okay. Next exercise is the seated leg extension with the tricep overhead extensions. This time, again, while thinking, trying to hold those legs up, working on flexion, getting those arms overhead. What should we do? Let's do things that you see in the sky. Okay, and that can be anything that you see in the sky, or normally would see in the sky, or sometimes see in the sky. I don't care. Things in the sky. All right, let's put our timer on. Put your thinking caps on. Extend those legs, point and flex. Here we go. Try to lift those legs as high as you can, feeling comfortable. Push through your heels. Things you see in the sky. All right, only 15 seconds to go. Try not to throw those arms. Keep them controlled. There you go. Good. I'm so busy thinking about my sky. All right, time's up. We did this in class the other day, you remember? And one of the best ones that someone came up with, and it's not where my mind went, UFOs. Did you come up with anything else today that you...
Flying squirrel.
Oh, that's good. That's good. All right, the next exercise is the roll-up. We're going to get down on the floor. Again, Chris is going to go full up. I'm going to go on the floor on a modified. Still great benefit for both. This time I want you to think about things that you take or that other people may take camping. If you don't go camping, maybe you know someone that does, and things that they would want to take on a camping trip. So here we go. In position, get ready to go. 1 minute. Think about camping. Here we go. All right, 15 seconds. I seem to have this. That seems to be my number. I look up to check the clock at 15 seconds almost every round. 3, 2, 1. All right, we're rolling up, one leg in front of the other, but we're not getting up completely because we have to do our kneeling get-ups. All right. Okay, this one's fun. And by fun, if you know me, you know I mean hard. Fun is always hard. So every time you stand up on your right leg, I'm going to start off with my right leg in front. When you start up, when you get up with your right leg, I want you to think of a word that starts with R for right, okay? Then you come down, and when you come down on your left side, now you come up on that left leg, a word that starts with an L. Any word. Random. Doesn't have to mean any words that start with R and L. So let's get our timer on. I'm going to get my legs in place. Make sure you've got... All right, here we go. 1 minute. R and L. Ten seconds, Chris. 3, 2, 1. Tough.
That was a struggle. Yeah,
That's a struggle.
trying to come up with, should I slow down my get up?
Exactly.
The L, yeah.
Well, this is my third time I'm doing this. The first time I didn't have more than 3 on one side, and I think I just went totally blank. This time, and it wasn't intentional, but this time I found that I got somehow, I started with the word rodeo. Then I found all kinds of words that fit in that. I didn't want to, that's not cheating, but boy, it helped a lot. Once I had somewhere, as opposed to just, the whole world to think of.
A little cue to start off with.
Yeah, and try not to do that. Try to challenge yourself. All right, we've got one more round to do. It's our dribbling. And this time, I want you to dribble as fast as you can while counting by 5s.
Okay.
As fast as you can.
Okay.
Counting by 5s. Timer on. Go. It's all a part of it. You're gonna lose your ball, everyone's gonna lose it. It's okay, it's all part of it. Go as fast as you can. Keep counting. Woo!
Good.
We're done. Oh no! And now we're done. Whoops. I couldn't see. All right. Nice job.
Awesome.
Great. All right, let's cool it down. Let's get our heart rates down. Deep breath in. Exhale slow. Deep inhale. Exhale slow. Keep moving and walking. Get that heart rate down. You don't want to ever stop when you've got your heart rate nice and high. You don't want to just stop it. Your blood tends to pool, which means it runs to your limbs away from your heart, and that can again cause some injury or discomfort. You can get dizzy, putting yourself at a higher risk of falling. So you want to just do this nice and easily. All right, so we've come to the best part of the whole thing. The cool down,
Yes.
which means it's almost over. Let's grab the chairs and let's cool down on the chair. We're going to start off with our quads. You have a bunch of different ways you can do this. You can grab hold from behind and grab hold of your foot here. Or I'm going to take one leg back, and you can do whatever is you feel comfortable. I'm going to try to get that 90-degree angle in both knees, working on my right leg right here, just leaning into it. I'm not putting weight on that right leg. I'm stretching. And you can see that's what Chris is right here, just stretching out that quad, trying to keep that knee toward the floor. Once you've done about 10 or 15 seconds, let's switch legs, go to the other side. Let's use a little vocal exercises just to kind of make the time go. Let's just say ooh for about 10 seconds. That'll give us half of our 15. Ooh. All right, well, that made the time go back faster. Let's have a seat. We're gonna work on quads, glutes, back of leg. We're gonna do the number 4 stretch, which is seated on the floor, seated, or you can actually do the standing, whichever one you are comfortable with. You're gonna take one leg, cross it over ankle, over knee. You're gonna lean just gently forward. And this time, let's say ah for about 10 seconds. Here we go. Good, all right. And, as I've said in previous videos, the reason why we're holding that note, let's switch legs. We're holding that note because it's been found that holding a note really helps with the integrity of your voice. It gives you vocal power. And that's another symptom that many people find with Parkinson's. Their voice tends to get a little quieter. So you want to keep singing is a great way of working on vocal power. So now we're on the other side. We've done a little singing. Let's just do this for another 5 seconds because I think so let's just count 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good, all right. Let's stay seated. Let's bring your arms all the way out to the side. Palms open. We're stretching out our shoulders and our chest from all those presses and planks that we did. We're just opening up all those muscles. Tilt your head all the way over to one side, releasing any muscles in your neck and shoulder as well. And then let's just easily go to the other side. Good. All right. Drop your chin to your chest. Make yourself into a nice big ball. Just round out. Now we're stretching out your spine. Hold it right here. Top of shoulder, your trapezius. That's the very top of your back. Those are the muscles that help with posture. We use them a lot today in the plank and in the standing squats. So we're stretching out all those muscles. Good, 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 good. All right, roll up. Let's stretch out our obliques and our core. Grabbing hold of the chair, just turn and pull your belly nice and tight in. This is for the rotations that we did. We want to stretch out those muscles. Good. And again, anything less than 10 seconds is really just a pull. Doesn't count. You got to hold it for 15 and release. Let's go to the other side. Gently inhale and exhale. Nice and easy. You guys did a great job today. Does feel good when you finish to feel a sense of accomplishment. 3 rounds of that, huh?
That was great.
It's hard. It's tough. It's hard. But, you know, the more you stay at it, the better you get. That's all I can say. Let's bring those arms all the way out to the side. Nice and high, over your head, lengthen every muscle. Feel your arms, your chest, your shoulders. Let's stretch out those triceps. I forgot we did use those triceps today. We're going to take your right arm and bend it behind you, holding gently. Remember, you don't want to yank that arm. You want to just gently stretch it out. Good, and just for another 5 seconds or so. 4, 3, 2, and switch. Other arm comes behind your head. Gently stretch it out, reaching and lengthening those muscles. Deep breath in. God, it does feel good to stop. Good, and release. Both arms all the way up to the sky. Lengthen your abdominals, your chest, your back. Feel every muscle in your body lengthening, reaching, stretching out. We're going to finish because we are done with a big yay. Ready? Yay! Great job. Awesome. Nice work. Thank you all for joining us.